City Attorney Stevenson, City Treasurer Martin, Councilor Cat, Councilor Kroom,
Here.
Councilor Harris, Councilor Holt,
Here.
Councilor Hutchinson,
Yes, ma'am.
Councilor Mohammed,
Present. Call the roll now.
Councilor Monday,
Here.
Councilor Murray,
I'll tell you.
Here.
I'll tell you.
Councilor Pulliam, Councilor Pulliam,
Here.
Councilor Wheelis.
Here.
Thank you, sir.
Well,
5, 6.
the quorum being present, I'm going to call this meeting to order. I called this special meeting because I had only 2 issues that I wanted to bring before you all. We briefly talked about them yesterday. I'm going to talk about the first one, which is a resolution authorizing Ms. Tori Perry, a city accountant, to handle the day-to-day transactions, and approving Tori Perry as the city accountant and Kenneth Johnson as a purchasing agent to be authorized signatures of any indebtedness approved by the city council for the city of West Memphis in the absence of the finance director. I have both Tori and Kenneth here in this meeting if you all want to have a discussion about this resolution.
On this conference call with the city council.
Is there any discussion?
Only discussion I have when we get these cards in place, do we have anyone in place? I'm going to ask the city engineer if she's there. Do we have anyone in place to be able to repair them? Because there will be some
Councilman Holt.
wheels knocked off of them, different things.
Councilman
Do you have
Holt.
someone, or are you going to get someone in place to be able to repair the ones that's going to be damaged?
Councilman Holt, we not on there right now. We on the resolution authorizing Tori Perry and Kenneth Johnson to be able to sign any indebtedness for the city once you all approve something to be paid. We not on that ordinance yet. Did you hear me?
Hey, Mayor, may
Yes.
I ask you to read that resolution again because I don't seem to locate it.
Okay. A resolution authorizing Tori Perry as city accountant to handle day-to-day transactions and approving Tori Perry as city accountant and Kenneth Johnson as purchasing agent to be authorized signatures of any indebtedness approved by the city council for the city of West Memphis in the absence of the finance director.
In the absence of what?
Finance director, Frank Martin.
I think it's a wonderful thing. Both of those employees are extremely trustworthy. I've known Kenneth all his life. We were once members of the same church affiliation. Tori was here, sitting here at my desk working right now. So I think they're trustworthy, accomplished, able, and capable to do the job. I don't have a problem with them.
Also, I want to add is that they would not be able to authorize any signatures unless you all approve it.
Right.
And Tori would be your first signature and Kenneth would be your second one.
Would they have to have both signatures on there at the same time or just one
Just one.
interchangeably?
Just one.
So if Tori is not able to do it, then Kenneth will be able to do it,
Yes, ma'am.
and vice versa.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, are we setting this up because we haven't filled the city clerk's position?
Let me be clear about that, Councilman Crone. City clerk has absolutely nothing to do with this. Not even the city treasurer. Frank just wearing both hats. This is the job of the finance director. And due to the finance director's out ill, we got to make sure that we have two people to be able to take care of the city business in case Tori go out on quarantine. Then we'll have Kenneth here that will be able to sign behind her. But this have absolutely nothing to do with the city clerk.
Mayor, what's the prognosis of Mr. Martin?
I talked to him today. He's in good spirit, but right now, I don't think we're at the point where we can just really depend currently on Frank coming back in the time soon.
Well, I knew he was bad sick. I just hadn't had an update on him. That's appreciate it.
Thank you.
Just a question for me, and it may be maybe I'm not so familiar with the protocol, but what about the acting? I call him the acting city treasurer, Councilman Catt. Can he sign a check or?
Well, he already signed. He already a signature on checks. This is not checks.
Isn't it? I want to be clear on what we're talking about.
Say that again, Ms. Muhammad. Hello?
Let me answer her question. This
Okay.
doesn't have anything to do with signing checks.
It's a
Okay,
loan
that-
application.
That's what I couldn't understand. Now that Ms. Councilperson Muhammad's made it clear, I understand now.
Any further discussion? Can I entertain a motion in a second?
Come to the vote. I'll make that motion.
I'll second the motion.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? It's approved. Ms. City Clerk, when you get that resolution a number.
Yes, sir. That resolution will be 2226.
That resolution number will be 2226. The second resolution that I had I emailed everyone a copy of why I want to do it, and I explained each page and why we was doing it. And at the end of the day, we just asked them for an additional $34,290 to purchase 1,000 additional cards.
Now, this is not to set up the purchase, but it's to set up the allotment for the money.
No, you all have already approved me to go with Fidelity due to the interest rate was lower and to
Well, I understand that.
what I just want to do is amend the amount. The amount you approved was $367,710, and what I want to do, I want to increase that amount by $34,290 in order to be able to buy 1,000 additional cars instead of going for 7,000. We're about 8,000 cars. And we currently have 214,000 in that account right now to go toward these cars.
If I may, just for point of clarification, the original estimation of 7,000 carts was a reasonable estimate. Since that time, you've gone into Rubicon, gotten a more accurate accounting, should be around 7,400 carts.
Correct.
So you're not looking at 1,000, you're looking at 600 additional carts,
Right.
basically.
Right, yeah,
Okay.
when we did this about a year ago, we got an account from, utility, and we have waves of people that'll come into houses, move out. So over that year, there was a fluctuation, but the Rubicon system keeps up with day-to-day action, so when the drivers notice that they need to start picking up houses, they'll call us and ask us to add it to a route. So that's how exactly we can get an exact amount for this day.
Any further discussion?
I have one thing.
Wait a minute.
We have a
I'm sorry.
motion and a second on it.
I didn't hear
Wait
you.
a minute, I'd like to hear Pulliam's, Council
No.
Pulliam's.
But did we have a motion and a second on it?
No, we have not yet. We just
Okay.
have discussion.
I will when we get the motion and a second.
Okay, can I get a motion and second to amend the resolution 2220 and amend $367,710 to add an additional $34,290?
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion.
Okay, I'm glad to see that he's in there, because I had a question about this. I mean, in us doing this, the resolution at first, but should we had a resolution amending it versus, just amending it like we're doing?
Councilman, can you re-ask that question, please?
Okay, this is the same resolution that we're approving 2020.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, shouldn't we have another resolution to amend this resolution here?
Well, I just asked to amend the current one just to change the amount. Nothing would change, just it would go up by $34,290.
Okay, I'm just, it's just a question I was asking, city attorney, because I was just wondering, since we did it in a resolution, we would have a resolution to amend it, that's all I'm saying.
I think probably the best thing to do from a bookkeeping standpoint and administrative standpoint would have something in writing that amended the resolution. I'm not sure that it's necessary, but in order to get business done, yes, that's probably always the best way to do it, because then you have something in writing that you can refer back to. But again, we're talking about unusual times right now.
Whether it's a procedural issue or not, and of course, I'm always going to agree everything should be done in writing. But I really think probably the primary focus of getting this question answered is so admin can know how to move forward.
Okay.
We can come back in and dot the i's and cross the t's at our next meeting, but we're just trying to make sure the direction that you wish for admin to go.
Okay. And then I was just trying to make sure page 3, reading at page 3 that we're talking about that particular quote. This year have to have that in the, was that in the ordinance resolution the first time?
Yeah, the resolution was number 2220. And again, from my standpoint, as just a single council member, I perceive this as being a directional issue. We need to come back in and actually draft a resolution to have it formal in writing to make sure the auditors follow our paper trail. But again, this is just finding out, make sure that this is the direction you want admin to go in. I foresee no reasons not to do that, but I do want to come back and clean up our paperwork, yes. But
I was just, I had enough concern about the statement in page 3 there. There was just concern today. Page 3 as well, so.
well, like I say, you'll have on the next agenda a resolution that will either abolish 2220 completely and you'll pass a brand new one, or just simply amend 2220 to bring the relatively accurate information to the table.
Shouldn't be a problem.
But none of the cars have been ordered yet.
No.
So, again, and I don't mean to speak for the mayor or admin or anything else, but the carts have not been ordered. They had been put on back hold for now 60 days, approximately, since the original discussion took place. And it's just time to move forward with it. We all know that once the carts get here, it's going to make the operation more efficient. Once the one-armed bandits get here, that's where the true savings will come in, because you'll be reallocating your personnel. But this is just the first step of 3 that we will be doing over the next year to get that operation as efficient as possible.
Good.
We got a motion on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Abstain. I'm abstaining from that.
I will call the roll.
Yes, sir. Counselor Cat,
Yes.
Counselor Crum,
Abstain.
Counselor Harris, Counselor Holt,
Yes.
Counselor Hutchinson, Counselor Muhammad,
Yes.
Counselor Monday,
Yes.
Counselor Murray,
Yes.
Counselor Pulliam,
Abstain.
Counselor Wheelis.
Yes.
And you said Counselor Harris is on the phone? Counselor Harris?
Yes, abstain.
She's abstaining?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I really don't understand the whole situation, so I just rather abstain till I can get some clarity.
We have 6 yes.
The motion passes.
Mayor, if I may, as a point of clarification, the motion does pass, but you cannot go to the bank and borrow the money. You have to have 7 votes. You have to have a 2/3 majority vote in order for you to indebt the city. So unless one of those 3 change their vote,
Do you want to
It will
explain
not
it to Ms.
change.
Harris?
That's Mr. Hutchinson.
Melanie? Counselor Hutchinson? She can't hear.
Yes. Are you calling my name? Are you asking me? What are you asking me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. They're
You
asking,
want to vote? She asked if you want to vote.
okay, Ms. Hutchinson, we're asking if you want to vote on allowing them,
Right. I did initially vote. Y'all did not hear, you didn't hear me?
no, ma'am, I didn't, I'm sorry, thank you. Was it a yes vote?
Okay. No, abstain.
She's abstaining.
all we can do is just bring it back up. That's all you can do.
Okay.
All right, well, the motion fails. We just go ahead and move forward with the 7,000 carts, and we'll bring it back up at a later time to see if you all want to get the additional 1,000. Yes. Was there any further information?
That's it.
All right.
Can I ask a question quickly, Mayor, before we convene?
She wants to ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I don't know if the question would be for you or Council Cat. Council Cat, you did say just a few minutes ago that in point of clarification that this resolution was simply going in amending one that we currently had so that we could purchase more carts. Is that what you said?
The original estimation of carts was 7,000. Then we came back, or admin came back, city engineer came back and went through the system. And actually the count is around 7,400. So we weren't ordering enough carts to begin with to handle every need that we had. Then we had some individuals requesting to purchase a second cart, which I'm sure admin's happy to work with them on that. But at 7,000 carts, it was not enough to even handle the initial need. It was more like 7,400 based off the Rubicon information that we have. Going to 8,000 simply took care of the 7,400 that we need, and it gave you about 600 in reserve. Some were to be purchased by individuals. At what fee, I do not know, but they would be purchased independently. And then you would have a reserve of, say, 200 to 400 carts left over in case something's damaged. But with the vote, and with only 6 people approving, of course, admin can't move forward. They can't sign the indebtedness because it requires a 2/3 majority vote of the council. That was not obtained today. So the carts can't be purchased, they can't be ordered, and we'll just continue backyard service until the council looks at this again.
Well, can I say something?
Sure.
Wait a minute, Mr. Council, there's one more thing, and because I really want to, I speak clarity as well, like Councilor Harris said, and just one more thing. So, based on, I know I was not in yesterday's meeting, but based on whatever Mayor McClendon sent yesterday via email, was that enough for us to make an informed decision today in terms of like reading the resolution, understanding clearly what it is that we were doing? Was that enough for us to make an informed decision today, or did this conversation come up yesterday, and that's where the back and forth is? I'm just trying to understand what's the.
When admin originally said they were going to need 7.
In order for us to make that decision, is it based off the information that you sent in the email there?
The new request is being based off of correct data. The original 7,000 was proven to be inaccurate by the Rubicon software that the council approved to purchase some time back. It gave them a more accurate accounting of where they were at. Because they changed the number, of course, was of concern to me, because I just want to say, okay, why did it change? So I went to the assessor's website and just looked for all single-family units, units of 4 units or less, all manufactured homes, extracted all the vacant lots out, all the commercial properties, industrial properties, and it came up to 7,469, which they were saying 74, 69 could be an easy number. I may just put something in wrong. So I think the 7,400 number is accurate, but we only have approval, or admin only has approval to order 7,000. So we're going to be 400 short on just handling everybody getting a cart. So we're not going to be able to service all the citizens of West Memphis with curbside service.
Until the council makes the decision to pass the resolution, correct?
I did not do that.
Yes, ma'am. And the amendment I wanted was just the add up to $34,280, which we are generating around $20,664 a month from the utility part of the bill that goes to the trash. So it was just a $34,000 increase to make sure we can be able to complete the whole city with all the cars that they need and us some reserves.
Okay, now, Mayor, my problem is not with the money part of what you're talking about. What I'm saying, I have a problem, the resolution, amending the resolution, how we bringing it back. And then again, when you go down to page 3, read page 3. That's what I really got a problem with. And I don't want to vote for it because of that particular, read where it said page 3. And I thought we was going to get a whole new resolution altogether, but read page 3.
Can you inform me on that? I don't have page 3 right in front of me.
Councilor, may I ask, is that the email that you received from city engineer?
Listen to this. Okay, you want me to read it? I'll read it for you.
Go ahead.
It says, is a new quote from Sourcewell because we hadn't purchased the project and we busted the agent like we was holding quote, which we was not. Their agent sent us quote, which was $15,000 cheaper than the original one, and the original one we approved. The new price is $351,750. That's what I'm saying. I got a problem with that. I'm just saying being in something that I'm approving. It's not the other. It's not giving the extra costs and all that stuff. I don't have a problem with that. The problem is dealing with that particular statement right there. I mean, I don't want to be a part of that part of it.
I understand what you're saying, Councilman. The source was the procurement.
Now, if we can scratch that out, I'll be more than happy to go for it. We can call for it again.
Strike what part out, Councilman?
Huh?
Strike what part out? You saying?
Page 3. Page 3. What is
that's not in the resolution.
Huh?
That was not in the resolution. That was me in my own words explaining to you all how did.
That's when I said we needed the resolution. We don't have the resolution. You sent us the breakdown of what it was talking about.
Councilman, you're right. You're absolutely right. Well, in the email I sent you, I was just showing you how it came down 15,000 and how we got to 34,000 and not 50,000.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the resolution. That was I I would want to say a personal conversation I felt that I can entrust within you all of how it happened.
Okay, but I'm just saying, I mean, that's what we looking at, that's what I'm looking at, I don't know what everybody's looking at, that's what I'm looking at, just saying that I'm voting on, because I see, yesterday when we left, I thought we was gonna have a new copy of the resolution, that's what I thought. Remember when we looked at the resolution and we was talking about the way it was written on, and I thought we was gonna get a new resolution, but I know I got the breakdown, but I'm just saying, I thought maybe today we was ahead of the resolution, and I ain't.
Okay,
I mean,
Councilman.
now,
What we'll do, if you decide not to vote, we'll create another resolution and you all can strike this one.
we hear, if that could be done, I'm just saying, striking that part out of it, I mean, that's all I see.
And that's what, Councilman, that's what we'll do, but I just want to remind you, what I sent you was something I was sending you all personally that was not in the resolution.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I just hate this in there.
Okay, I understand where you at. All right. I can't believe I shared something with them.
I mean, we can recess till you go type it back up and just redo it.
Want to recess?
Just adjourn.
No thanks. We'll do it the way you recommend. There'll be no problem. That's all I had today. We got the most important thing I think approved, and I thank you all with getting Tori and Kenneth as the designated signatures in the absence of Frank. So we'll go from there. With the next council meeting, we'll bring it back. Can I get a motion second to adjourn?
Well, I had a couple more since we had called this that I wanted to just bring up and put on now this year. Okay. Number one, I mean, I'm looking at, which I think that somewhere along the line in the coast, that we need to sit down and have a budget session. I'm talking about if we have to go to the civic center, because we really do, because we're not, if you look at what we were dependent on Southland, even though they open back up, you got to look at the possibility. We're still not going to be generating what we're supposed to do to pay for all these projects that we got. And then our budget, eventually, because the federal government going on to put so much money, we getting money back. But at the same time, I think that COVID, before we recover from it, we're going to lose a lot more. And I just think that we need to sit down and look at all our affairs that we have dealing with the city and re-look at our budget to make sure that we're where we need to be. And I mean, I know we got reserves, but we don't want to go to reserves. We don't have to. So I'm just saying, hopefully, Alderman Kett being the budget chairman, that we can set up something in the next week, try to talk about this, because this is something that we need to talk here. Not only looking at the insurance, because I know because of COVID, this stuff is going up. We already pay like $6,000 per employee, and I can see it going through the roof in a minute. So I'm just saying, I just think now is the time, even in your plan, administrative plan, we still need to revamp all of this so we'll have all this ready down the road, but we won't run into any more uncertainty. And that's all I'm saying. And I just think that we really truly need to, just get this started.
If I may, the budget was for me is waiting to find out what the governor was going to open back up and under what conditions, to kind of give us some general idea about what the revenue source might be. And I apologize, I haven't heard what the conditions are going to be yet for the casino.
I talked to Southland then, but it's going to be a third of what they're going to do right now, and then 2 weeks later go up to 50%.
Okay. If that's the case, we had budgeted $4.4 million. So if they're going a third to a half, you're right. Now we can estimate that's going to be approximately $2 million, maybe just a little bit more. So there's no ifs, ands, and buts. We're going to need to sit back down and get together. But it was, for me, waiting to kind of find out what the terms and conditions were so we kind of make a reasonable forecast of how much revenue we would be losing. So, but now that we have some information to work with, we'll make a new projection and get it out to everybody.
Yeah. So that's how basically, like I said, looking at the insurance deal, knowing somewhere along the line, since it's COVID, 19 is going on. I mean, that's going to go through the roof. So we got to be, well prepared. And, I mean, I know the mayor said the same thing about the construction plan. Nothing else is going on like the parks. But now, I just think that everything is put on hold. But I just think that it's something that we need to really just vote on, because everything that's going on as planned. But at the same time, that is not, we need to halt until we can see where we're going, because that's just like going into a whole new era trying to see I'm talking about how we move forward from this day on. See, and that's what concerns me more so than anything, because we don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty that we're facing. And so what we got to do is turn around in the face of all this and try to come up with a comprehensive plan that just in case. And I commend you, Alderman Kess, for doing a great job. And I know the mayor's striving to do the best that he can do at this point in time, but we all are. And then again, if we sit down and look at our finances and where we're headed, I think we could be a little bit better organized.
Well, I took your advice from last month and did reach out to the insurance providers. Nobody would even consider a quote this early in the year. They wanted to wait till September, October, because they couldn't guarantee the price. But you're right. In an article I read the other day, insurance premiums, depending on who you want to believe, were projected to go up 40%. Well, that'll be devastating for not just City of West Memphis, but for all municipalities, all employers, because it's going to be a huge number for everybody. But hopefully that was just an article that was absurd, and there's just no way it's going to be that high. But it is a concern, and it's being watched closely. And as soon as we can get a definitive number and someone who's willing to bid it, we will get you that information the minute we have it.
Well, could we do something like in June to kind of sit down and just kind of see which way we're going to move? Because at that point, we'd be pretty much halfway mark, So,
yeah, we'll have to sit down in June to start writing the bid specs, and then we will get that advertised and put out. But yes, we can definitely get started in June with how we're going to put together a package, and you'll have to give it several different options depending on how this insurance industry is going to handle COVID-19.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm good.
Well, I'll agree with Pulliam, what they said on the budget. The other thing that I wanted to interject is I would like to get the applications to all the candidates for the city clerk's position. I haven't received those, and I don't think anybody on the council's received those, but I'd like to get those in our hands so we can start looking at that.
Mr. Crone, I
Yes,
can get
sir.
them application to you, but let me be correct. Everyone has got them application. If you haven't got them because you didn't take them with you if you was at the council meeting. So it hasn't been any application denied from you.
Well, I don't have Philip Parris' application, so I may have a couple of other ones. I know I've got a couple, but I'd like to get them all together
Well,
at one time.
stop by and I'll make sure you get
review
them. I'll
it.
put them in your hand personally.
And I'm sure that the other council members would like the same.
I'll make sure you all have it. I'll come by City Hall and I'll make sure you all have a copy.
Thank you.
And Mayor, one other thing, then I'll make a motion with adjourn. You remember the book that I gave you a reference to, like the bond timeline? If we can we still make each council member a copy of that so they can have a copy of it?
Council, I'm familiar with that book, but if you get with me after this meeting, remind me, and I look forward to make sure I do have it and get whatever information to you all that you're asking for.
Yeah, I just wanted everybody to just have a copy of it. That's what we talked about. Remember when I left it with So, all right, then. Make a motion with adjourn.
Wait a minute before you adjourn. We did that yesterday. I'm ready to disperse the dog track money.
Okay.
$1,000 going to the West Memphis, to Missouri Street Church of Christ for the youth program. $400 going to Hope House. Then the rest of it going to families in transition. I would like for y'all's approval on that.
So move.
Second.
Well, I would like to add mine to that too, since James brought it up.
Hold on, let me say this. Let me get it. Excuse me 1 minute. Let us get it written down. And everyone that we approve the checks, I do want to let you know we do have those checks in, Ms. Muhammad, for your donations and for the other individuals who donated money. I do have them checks for you all.
They in your office?
Yes, ma'am. They're in the office. I just got them.
Is it okay if I drop by there this afternoon?
Yes, ma'am. I just got them yesterday evening, so I do have them. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. Thank you.
Can I add to James's?
Hold on. Let me see. Can we get this? Make sure we got it down. Mr. Holt, can you give me those totals again?
You want to do it again?
Yeah, just give us the totals again.
Yeah, $1,000 to Missouri Church of Christ for the youth program, $400 to Hope House, then the remainder to families in transition.
Thank you there, Mr. Hope.
Councilman Croom?
I would like $1,000 to go to families in transition, $500 to go to Delta Arts, and the balance, $384.17 to go to the Studline Learning Center.
All right. Just for the record, repeat that one more time.
$1,000 to family in transition, $500 to Delta Arts, and the $384.17 balance to Studline Learning Center.
So move.
Second.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Was it James? James made the motion. Who done second?
Second.
Was it
I
you?
love this Zoom. I never stopped working.
Mr. Wheelers? Mr. Wheelers.
Oh, my goodness.
All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, it passes. Is there any other business we need to address at this time? All right. I get a motion and a second to adjourn.
I make a motion.
Second. Tracy, all in favor, aye?